Okay, when we last left our party, that just left Steelmaw, passing through the Fort of Fingers, where they got a tip off that there was a troll in the mountains to the north. Our heroes were going to the Orange Bloom logging camp, where a monster had recently stopped all logging operations. On their path there, they passed through a swamp, which, through a couple of very successful skill checks and a lot of very disconcerting events from those skill checks, came across a trader who they promptly offered entry into Steelmaw as the new leader of their merchants association. Don't say that. Now, after Cole has been cursed, possibly to lose his arm should he ever try to steal from this the magician Blake again, our heroes continue on their way to Orange Bloom, to the logging camp.
Yes, that is where we left off, and we ended with the party, the Dragon's Claw, cresting the last hill of their journey and seeing the logging camp in the distance. They are about an hour's jaunt away from the camp, and we're making very good time. It is approximately noon-ish, call it like 11:30, as this is the half day of travel that was required from departing from Steelmaw. They've traveled 5.5 days on the road and had several very wacky, zany encounters. Is there anything anyone does prior to entering the logging camp, or do you just do you make haste and immediately enter?
I think we should scout it out. Hello?
Is there anything, like, from where we
Why
are,
was
is there
that met
anything
with
that's...
such, like, unending silence?
They were thinking.
I was gonna,
From where we are, would I gain
from where we
anything
are,
from
is there
knowing
anything
investigation?
extraordinarily obvious? Like, do you see carts going out and whatnot, or is it kind of, like, locked down? Like,
As a matter of
nobody's going
fact,
in or out?
I'll show you what you see. You see a very robust logging camp. There are stacks of unprocessed lumber seemingly left to rot in corners, stacked up about chest to head high. There are carts that clearly have remained stationary for at the very least several days as the wheels have begun to sink into the mud. There is a water tower roughly constructed of wood, as well as several wooden shacks and bunk-style facilities. You do notice a glaring lack of workers, as the few stragglers you see milling around in the distance do so with an incredibly nervous, closed persona and never stay outside of a building for too long. You hear no noise, no sawing, no magical essences, nor do you hear the sound of anything like a mill or grinding or anything that would suggest any sort of active efforts. The one thing you notice is that the largest building in the center, what appears to be some sort of tavern drink-esque relaxation lodge, does have smoke pouring out of the chimney, as it appears someone has lit a fire. And for those who may be wondering, yes, I did take this screenshot from my copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 from the logging
Oh my
camp.
god.
Oh my god, you did.
Just to clarify, when you said
that's
chest high,
copyrighted.
whose chest are we talking about? Like,
Eh,
Onyx and...
who paid for the rights to the game?
Call it, it's about as high as you can see in this picture I provided from the hit game Red Dead Redemption 2.
He paid for the
so
he
like
paid for the
size
access to the
chest.
game, so
Got
therefore
it.
he technically owns a portion of
Yeah.
rights to it.
I'm also not making money off of this picture, so
Exactly.
That's
I don't think Rockstar cares too much.
they don't know who I am. Call me.
They don't even know we exist yet.
Is there anything, like, magical I can sense? Something, like, weird? Like that?
From this logging camp, you sense apps. It's completely mundane. There is no even
Would
if there was some sort of magical essence, there is so little activity. You feel like if there was something magical, it's not even in operation currently.
Okay.
Everything at the camp is so stationary, it gives the vibe of functionally having been abandoned. The only thing stopping you from thinking that is the occasional person walking from building to building and that fire from that central building that lets you know that at least someone is in there. Other than that, you'd think this was an abandoned camp.
I think we
Would there
should.
be-
I- yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
You
go.
go first.
No, you're good.
Oh, you go first.
Brontes, go.
Would there be anything gained by rolling investigation? Or is it
Uh,
just, I'm just gonna go for it anyway?
You
see
could
what
roll it,
happens?
absolutely.
Damn.
With a 20, you gather everything that I've said up to this point. In addition, you notice that the lumber that is in, like, that has been stacked up, that is not being processed, like the long logs that have not been turned into boards, those stacks appear to be older than the carts that have been sitting, maybe a week or two. Hard to tell from this distance without like actually inspecting the tree itself and seeing how long it's been sitting. And investigation is technically a mental stat, so I'll add this additional one. Logically, based on the timeline that Fang gave you, of that, like the lumber has stopped shipping for however long she said, this lumber hasn't been processed. What she told you was that there was a monster in the woods that was stopping logging, and as a result, she was no longer getting her lumber shipment. These carts have not moved in a while, and these trees are even older than these carts, but you can see no reason why this lumber that has already been cut down would not be processed, even if there was a threat in the woods. And that shows that there is some sort of disconnect with the information you received and what is happening here.
Okay.
That was really bad.
And I assume you relay that to the party.
Yes, I relay that to the party.
Well, that's a little.
Should we check out whoever might be inside? Like a couple of us go up while the others like look around. I don't really want to
Guys,
take all
I
of
don't think
our.
we should really split up. I think it would look weird. I think we should just go to the central cabin. You know,
I agree.
kind of
Introduce ourselves and see
introduce
what's going
ourselves, say we're
Don't we
here on behalf
cautiously
of
approach the site and see what happens?
Steelmon
and then
I
Fang.
feel
follow
like
that
somebody
path?
should also still like keep an eye on what's going on outside, so we're not at least.
on. We don't have to go inside, but we don't have to separate.
Okay.
I'll stand outside the door.
Okay, so
Yeah, we
you
got
guys
a
are
big old
approaching.
Why
You
don't
guys
you
are
put one
approaching
of
the
those
perimeter.
weird double thingies outside
Yes.
the door?
I'll stand outside. I'll stand outside with Calix.
Can I like sneak up?
No,
Wait,
don't be sneaky. Why are we
Don't be
sneaking?
Anyone,
I'm
There's
not
no need to be
sneaky.
sneaky.
I'm
anyone
just
who
walking
wants
up
to
in
sneak
full
can
armor.
sneak. Yeah, anyone who wants to sneak
Well-
can sneak if chosen, and then, but the entire
Is there
party,
some-
the
anything
entire
to
party
roll
does
for
not need to
cautious?
sneak.
I'm not sneaking. I'm walking up to this.
I just feel like we should at least have like some form of ace in the hole for whatever might be happening here, because this does not seem normal.
Yeah, I think a
I
giant
think
monster.
the ace in the hole is that we can just eat up whatever comes after us.
You're very confident in yourself.
That
for-
you think we could?
Someone who
Hey,
explodes.
almost
Yeah.
lost a little kid.
I'm confident.
To be fair, that was a full-grown man disguised as a little kid.
Okay. Well,
Chat, they don't
seeing
know.
as this is
They
the
don't
what
know.
the party
They-
wants,
feel like
they'll
we
just
don't
beat it up.
need
They
to
say,
sneak
fools.
Let's just go. We
introduce
don't need it.
ourselves to this.
It's okay. We don't need to talk about it. Let's just go.
We're off to be the wizard.
We're on a time crunch here, guys.
Okay,
Let's just go.
so the party is as a unit with no stealth. You are just walking into the front of camp. There is no walls.
I guess
There is
so.
no gate. There is no guards. You can just walk right into the front.
We're just walking
Yep,
right in,
walk right.
guys.
You walk right into the front of the gate, and nothing happens. There is no welcome. There is no clamor. There is no fireworks. No one even acknowledges you. No one even leaves the building. You have walked into the center of camp, and nothing has changed.
I
You
think
don't
we should
even
go
know
to
if
the
anyone
building.
actually noticed you.
I think we should go to like the tavern style building.
Wait, we should go where?
So the tavern style building with the smoke.
Burning smoke.
Oh yeah.
So you make your way over to the largest building in the center of the camp.
Right. Which I believe
With
two
the
people
only
said
one
they
who
were
has
staying
like
at
an
it.
active person in it.
Yeah. And so you walk up, and as you get close, I'm going to let the Bronte's investigation check ride. As you get closer, you can hear murmured sounds, like murmured conversation, but like intentionally very hushed, almost whispered conversation taking place beyond the wooden walls. In addition, you can hear the crackling and roaring of a fire, and you can hear the very gentle clacking of what appears to be plates and mugs, but it is also sounds like intentionally withdrawn, not like a typical bar where you kind of slide a mug or you slam a plate and who cares, break one, get another one. Everything seems like everybody's walking on a thin pane of glass.
Are any of them like whispering about us, or is it just kind of like general whisper to
Are you attempting to like put your ear up against the door and eavesdrop?
Oh no, I thought that was just a general. We could hear people kind of whispering, but if it's
Brontes can hear that there is like people in there and there is conversation happening. If you want to attempt to decode it, you're gonna need to like eavesdrop, and that'll be a perception check from whoever wants to do it.
I'm just gonna walk in.
Okay, I'm following right behind Sai.
Okay, so Sai, what do you just throw the front door open?
Yeah, I just throw the door open.
Okay.
Please don't.
So, like Death the Wolf from Puss in Boots:
my
The Last
God.
Wish, the door
Just kicks the
flings
door in.
open. A lightning bolt from a storm that doesn't exist crackles in the distance, and the silhouette of a tiny tiefling woman stands in this doorway of this old saloon-style tavern building. You are met with the faces of 20 or so grown men, who all immediately whip their heads around to the source of the sound. Everyone in this room looks pale, hungry, and terrified. They all have several bags under their eyes, like they haven't had a good night's sleep in days. Many of them have like sagging skin that shows that their muscles are like they're fading, like their lack of sleep and their lack of health is affecting them physically. Several of them, you can tell as from the sound, they have begun shaking, like their hands are shaking. And it's like they have to wring their hands to stop their hands from shaking, and they're all looking at you like scared. And no one moves, no one makes a sound. They've all frozen in fear.
I'm standing right behind her, and I'm gonna say, "Sorry for my rude friend here."
No thaumaturgy needed.
No one responds, and they all just kind of look at each other.
Hi. We're sent by Fang to check out what's going on here. My name is Sai. Are you all okay?
Most of them don't speak, and you see most of them relax slightly, and they try to go back and like pick up a drink or pick up a piece of food, but their eyes like never leave you. One of the individuals, who appears to be a little bit bigger than everybody else, a little bit more like, he seems to have, not necessarily a leadership role, but he seems to have just that little bit extra bit of confidence compared to everyone else in this room. He kind of stands up and he walks up to you with like a very closed, very scared posture. And he says, "First of all, lower your voice. We don't know if it'll hear you. I'm glad that Fang sent more people, but I've told her, we're not going back in the woods. Not until someone handles it."
Well, sorry, speaking lower. It's your lucky day because that's why we're here. What is it exactly?
You can see his expression, like, it peaks when he says that, and his face, like, kind of elongates. And he's like, You're monster slayers? You're with the wolves? He says, like, in somehow even a more whispered tone.
Yes.
And then he'll, like, you see his posture, like, completely relax, and, like, almost a sense of, like, an air of confidence washes over him, now knowing that, like, a professional is here, and he won't have to worry about it. He relaxes, and he goes, "Oh, thank you. I was hoping she'd send someone. Her relations with the foreman have been not as fruitful as I'd like. I thought she would simply pressure us until she found someone else and leave us for dead. But if you're here, that's good. Everyone you see here," and he gestures to the room, "we're the only ones left. Everyone who has seen it never came back. All we heard were the screams, and we saw evidence of struggle, but we couldn't even find any bodies. The only person who..." That was me, sorry.
He's really getting into this character.
Yeah.
Dang, the performance.
Yeah, he has pneumonia. No,
He got alone.
I'm doing the gravelly voice, and I didn't bring any water.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys would just play without me, it'd be easy. And then, so he leans back and he goes, yeah, sorry about that. I had a coughing fit. Yeah, so the only person who's seen anything is one of the young men. He maybe not even 19. He joined for some extra money on the side. He must have been able to slip away, but none of us can get a straight answer out of him. When he's not asleep, all he does is scream, and even in his sleep he screams. The apothecary has had to medicate him just to stop the screams, or we're terrified that it'll follow him back. He's with the apothecary over in the medical building. It's one of the sheds out towards the water tower. She might know more about his condition, but all we know is that no matter how often we ask, no matter how we ask, even attempting to get information, it drives him insane. We've given up on him. We don't think he'll ever get better. But despite that, the foreman, he keeps demanding we get back to work. He won't drag his ass in the woods, though. And it's
Of course he won't.
a whole situation. We don't like dealing with him, but he is the one that keeps everything running. We're not very learned. We don't know how money functions, but we know that we deal with him. We're more than willing to get back to work, but not until we know that it's safe. If you think yourselves persuasive or intelligent, you might be able to get something out of the boy. But it's unlikely. If you want to ruin your day, you can attempt to speak to the foreman. Or if you want, we could attempt to draw you some sort of map for where most of the disappearances took place. But that's the best I think we can do. And he says, gesturing to the group of extremely scared grown men.
No, that entire explanation was more than enough. If a map would be very helpful.
He
Otherwise-
snaps and he points at a guy, and he points at a menu, and points at him to flip it over and doodle. This is probably the one guy who knows how to write. These do not look like intelligent individuals. They look like they never went to school. They probably worked their whole life. He's probably the only one who knows how to draw, and you can see him attempt to hastily draw the zones of the forest that they have mapped out, and he is, over the course of, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes, he sketches roughly a very crude but legible sketch of the local section of the forest.
Okay. Sai also kind of says, we're not going to let any of you go back out there until we've solved this issue. And if your foreman has a problem with that, he can speak to me personally. We don't have much food, but we can help around here as much as we can before we go out there. I would like to speak with the boy.
I can, food, luckily we've still been getting our deliveries for resources. It's,
Okay.
most of
that's
us are simply too scared to even eat. It's hard to keep food down when you think every crack of a branch or every gust of wind is your death. So I think just knowing that you're going to handle it is more than enough. I could take you to the boy. I can guide you over there if you're all willing.
I just wanted to say, how funny it is that he's just I'm so glad you're here. We're all comforted by this, and he's talking to a tiny tiefling girl who has
He's looking
sparkles in
down
her
at
hair.
he's looking down at you when he says this, but somehow the narrative element of this conversation, it feels like he's speaking up to you. That's how reclusive his body posture is, despite the fact that he's 1.5 times your height. It feels like you're speaking to a child who got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. That's how tight in his body posture is. That's how scared he is. This grown ass 30-year-old burly dude, and he's oh, thank God you're here.
Okay. Before we go outside, I'm saying in a hushed tone. I can't whisper. That's not gonna happen.
It's fine. Just stage whisper. You can just say you're whispering. It's a stage whisper.
Yeah, I'm whispering. I'm whispering. Before we go outside, is there any other details that you can give us? Are these attacks, I assume, primarily during the day is when you would have been out logging, or have they been on night guards and stuff too?
Yes, it's only ever been when we were in the woods, which of course was only during the day. So I couldn't tell you if had we gone out at night, if it would have happened. We were only ever during the day. But from what we could tell, we never went out alone, because it's still the woods. I mean, there are monsters and owl bears and grizzly bears and crag cats are all out there. So we never went in groups of less than 4, always armed with axes, both for cutting trees and enemies. And always we would lose a whole group, with the exception of the boy. It's whatever has been happening, it happened towards the deeper sections of the woods. That's the big thing. Everyone who went disappeared. We broke it up by section. And it was always the people who went to the deeper sections of the woods were always the ones who didn't come back. But never the same depth, but always deeper, never towards the edge. And then including the boy, his party went the deepest. And he made it back by himself, white as a ghost. We don't even know how he did it. But yeah, always during the day. No one has ever seen, nothing has ever come to camp, but we're just so scared. I mean, if it can kill a dozen men in different sessions with no survivors, if it decided to come to camp, I see no reason it couldn't. It simply hasn't yet.
Understood. Thank you. Above board. It's like noonish, right? We said
It's about noon. It's about
Yeah.
It was 11:30. Call it 3. Let's say by the time the sketch is
so-
done in this conversation, we'll call it 12 o'clock exactly.
realistically about how much daylight do we have? Just so I'm just trying to plan in my
It's
head.
fall right now. I believe when I started, we said it was like towards August. So end of summer, early fall. So I'll say it's dark at like 8 o'clock.
6 hours left then. 6
I'll
7
say
hours.
sunset's gonna start by like 6:30. It'll be dark by like 8:30. Because you're gonna be in the woods, so it's gonna get darker quicker because it's gonna block the light and stuff.
Yeah, that's just. I just want to make sure I'm thinking about it right.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
And then does anyone
And
else does anyone else ask any other questions, or do you let him guide you to the apothecary?
I didn't catch his name. Can I
Oh,
know
you
your
didn't
name,
ask.
sir?
Yeah.
I thought I did, but
Oh.
I guess I didn't.
In which case, I didn't hear it. I didn't give him a name. He's throwaway NPC number 1. You can call me. Everyone just calls
Yours
me
Mike,
Chief.
Mike?
Chief.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's an
I hate
ironic
to break it to
nickname.
you, Ophis, that you say that every NPC is going to be a throwaway NPC, but I'm just letting you know now that I'm getting attached to every single
Yeah,
one.
I know. You guys do that. Next, you're gonna invite him to fucking to Steel Maw.
Okay.
I don't.
Can you please take me to the boy?
Okay. He will, if you're all ready, he will go and grab the map from that one guy who can draw, and he'll put it in your hands. Like I said, I don't have a picture of it. Imagine a crude map that shows like what it looks like an 8-year-old who drew just a bunch of trees, but there's lines drawn through it to show sections. And then in the two front, like imagine it's shaped like a pentagram, or I'm sorry, like a hexagon. And then the front 3 sections of the hexagon, imagine you divide it into 6 pieces, are like there's a smiley face in them. And then the top 3 sections, there's like a skull and crossbones in them. In like the deeper sections. But in the front 3, there's smiley faces. And that's what he gives you.
Wow, this is amazing. Thank you.
The guy smiles and he like gives you a thumbs up. And he smiles and you see he has like 4 teeth.
I gave him a thumbs up back. Okay.
Smile with 2 teeth.
Okay.
The boy.
Oh yeah, he's of course come with me. and then he will like he's like tiptoeing from this. It's maybe like 60 feet from this little wooden structure to the wooden structure he's bringing you towards, and he is like tiptoeing and he's watching where he steps to like not steps on twigs or anything. Like he could tell he's still super nervous, and he like stalks almost over to this like shed, and then he'll like gesture for you to go inside, and he'll say like, Doc's inside. She'll know more than me. I wish you luck.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And then he will he will slink back over to the tavern area.
Okay. I guess we go inside.
Do you just walk in or do you knock first?
Oh, I knock.
Gently.
Sorry, gently.
She punches a hole through the door.
No thaumaturgy.
Like that shocking
Yeah.
grasp.
Shocking
right.
grasp door.
A monkey opens the door and gets shot. The door opens slowly upon you knocking, and you see what appears to be a middle-aged woman, graying in places, but she still has some brunette to her hair. She has a very equally tired expression, though not as bad as the men you just saw. And she, upon seeing an unfamiliar face, her expression kind of twists, and she goes, "Oh, you're not the man. Well, who are you?"
My name is Sai. We were sent by Fang to come deal with the monster situation
Duh.
here.
About time, she says, rolling her eyes. And then it's like,
I take it it's been a while.
far too long. I've almost completely run out of supplies. And she is also speaking in the same, like, hushed whisper he was in. Despite her
I am
appearing
too,
more
like, this-
confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to know a little bit more about the boy's condition.
She will
And maybe
open
try
the
to-
she'll open the door all the way, and she'll point to the one bed in the room, and there is what appears to be like a 18 and 19-year-old, very gaunt, very pale boy. He is unconscious, and he has this like purple residue around his mouth, and he appears to be like twitching wildly in his sleep, but he is not making a sound. And then, actually, I assume everyone goes in the room and like, everyone's not waiting outside. It's not just Sai. Is everyone there?
Yeah.
I am. As we're walking in, though, I'm gonna cast Divine Sense to see if I see anything abnormal going on with this kid.
You do not detect any celestials, fae, or undead from this kid. He is according to your divine sense, he is a normal human.
Okay.
But what I will say, Ataraxia, you
What up?
can roll nature, because something is familiar to you about that purple residue on his mouth.
Uh,
I give you power.
sorry, my laptop
one.
just takes me a second.
Yeah.
This is where you find out that the
Don't listen
druid
to
has
Cole.
awful
Cole's being a
nature.
dick.
I literally.
Like literally.
Like, oh my god.
Dear Lord.
Just kidding. No, it wasn't.
way.
You thought it was familiar. It was not.
I was
I
gonna
didn't
ask
use,
if I could roll
like-
for something, but I can't now because
I mean,
you
you
did
can
that.
you can roll like a history, but the DC for you
That's
will
what I
be
was
really
gonna-
high. The DC for you
Okay.
will be really high because you don't nothing about your backstory. Yeah, with a 6.
See, if I could have
no.
rolled medicine, it would have gone a little better.
It's more nature than medicine for reasons.
Can I roll
That's
anything?
rough. It's
You
rough
can
out
also
here.
roll a history, but like I said, the DC is going to be really high because your backstory would have no. It would make no sense for you to know it practically.
That's true, yeah, I guess.
You could still roll it. You could see if you get lucky, but it's going to be very
What the
hard.
fuck?
For history or nature?
For history.
right?
Yeah. Well, your choice, but I assume you want history.
Yeah, no,
With a
it's
9.
true.
Okay,
yeah,
let's
it's
stop
not
trying. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere with
I'm
this.
not gonna try.
69.
So
Mm,
basically,
no,
just to recap, we basically see this like purple foam coming from this kid's mouth, and he's like convulsing, but he's unconscious
Not
at the moment.
purple
Not
foam.
It's not
There's purple
foam.
residue,
It's
like,
like
he was
residue
put in
on
his
his
mouth that
lips.
left purple dye on his
Yeah.
lips.
Like imagine
and
like
fun
eating like eating a bunch of the purple Laffy Taffies, and then like that kind of residue you get on your lips.
So it's just
it's like-
So,
dye
like-
around his mouth.
Yeah, just like a dye around
Is
his
it-
mouth.
Is it
Kind
reasonable
of like
to
if you were to stuff
think-
your face with blueberries.
Yeah.
Is it reasonable to think that this is possibly like a poison type of situation?
With a 3, a
No,
6,
as
and a
like-
9,
as
you
Onyx-
have no idea.
No, as Onyx, like, can I just be like, huh? Is
Onyx
it possible?
Onyx can assume whatever he wants. It is technically possible, but you to confirm it, you would need to do some kind of roll. You could assume it's poison if that's what you feel Onyx feels.
I want.
Now, for
I'm
shits
pretty
and
sure
giggles,
purple around his mouth is like whatever she's giving him, like a sedative, like so that he's not
Losing
screaming.
his shit.
would I be able to roll nature as well? Because I have a +1 in that.
A lot of people have rolled already. I'll say, do you have
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm good.
Do you have on your kit? Do you have proficiency in? I'm sorry, not proficiency. Do you have what kind of toolkits do you have? Do you have like a medicine kit or like a poisoner's kit, or do you have anything that you could use to come at it from a different angle?
Hey,
No,
can
it's
we
the
just
tools
ask the
I
lady
can't-
what the purple around his
Yeah,
mouth is?
that's
you could
where
also
I was
just
going.
ask. Yeah.
Can we?
Like,
Do you, what is that?
Do you say that to the lady and you point at his mouth?
What is the purple stuff around his mouth?
And then she'll go, "Oh, a keen eye. It's an old remedy I picked up from a colleague a couple decades ago." And she kind of like looks up and to the left, like, and a smile kind of cracks on her face. Old druidic remedy. It's called Nightmare's Kiss. It's a double-edged
son of a
sword.
bitch.
A double-edged sword. It's guaranteed to put you to sleep if ingested, including races that have resistance to poison, like dwarves. It's not a magical sleep. It's alchemical. But the downside is that you're basically guaranteed to have nightmares for the entire time you're sleeping. However, the sleep is always very deep and is very difficult to wake from. But he was already having nightmares and psychotic episodes, so I figured it's the one thing that would stop him from screaming. It's all I could think of with what I had. I forged the berries from the edge of the woods, the safe zone of the woods, but I'm running out, if I'm being honest. I didn't know I could have enough maybe for one more day or night cycle, and then I would have to deal with it tomorrow or ship him out somehow.
So there's no
When
way for us to
Should he
talk
wake
to him?
up?
And then she'll say, like, wake him up. I could make a poultice to wake him up, but then I would be out of rem. Like I would only have the one more application. I'd be out quicker. Like I'm hesitant to do that unless you think that there is some like tangible benefit that you'll get significant information. Otherwise, I'm shortening my leash even further. If he screams all throughout the night and you fail, and whatever the thing is finds the camp, we're all dead. So I'm
I
hesitant.
don't think it's worth it to wake him up.
I don't think so either.
I'm just
I agree.
concerned
Based
about
on
the
what
fact
he
you
told
trapped
us,
between nightmare and reality.
I mean, yeah, that too. Like, what if he wakes up and his brain is complete mush?
Well, I know about that, but like the PTSD alone.
The PTSD,
Well,
yeah.
Most
Pete,
sounds like it might even be better than.
you know,
yeah.
if the party's druid had rolled better, she might be able to tell you more about Nightmare's Kiss.
Yeah.
But she didn't, so you have no idea.
fucking druid.
And I picked up on that hint you gave there
Yeah.
too, Ophis.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I would like to ask more questions to the lady.
She'll say, "Oh, I don't know too much, but I could try to answer."
Well, was it only just screaming, or were there maybe coherent mumblings here and there? Like, did he say anything?
Oh, it wasn't just screaming. He attempted to claw out his own eyes.
Oh,
He attempted to pull off his lips. He
Oh my gosh.
when he was being brought to the building, he dug his hands into the ground and ripped some of his fingernails off, because he was scared of something. He never said anything coherent, mostly just screaming. We couldn't, if we had been able to calm him down, we might have been able to get something, but I had to resort to the kiss almost immediately. We didn't know how long we had, or if he was being followed, or if the sounds would, even if his screaming drew out some of the regular predators. We have lost so many men, we're not even entirely sure that we could fight off something like an owlbear and not have more fatalities. We couldn't risk it. I made an executive decision as the only doctor. Apothecary, sorry.
right. Well, I guess that's really what we'll get from this. I don't really want to risk waking him up and putting everyone in danger.
What's the kid's name? Do we get that?
What is the kid's name?
Oh, she'll say, I don't know. He was new. He was one of the most recent recruits, came in just before the incident started. We didn't really socialize. All he mentioned was that he was here to send money back home. And then within a few days, everyone started disappearing and he ended up like this. Maybe one of the other guys knew him or spoke to him more, but he never even came in for so much as a scratch. He was a tough kid. And now he's like this, and she gestures to him.
And I literally can't do anything to, like, sense or nothing magical. I'm useless.
I mean, do you want to like touch him? Do you want to like attempt to do something? You want to cast a spell?
Can I attempt to examine him or something?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not
you
medicine person, but
can do
I mean,
a medicine. Well, what are you trying to like get? Are you trying to get magic? Or are you trying to get like physical evidence, like for stuff?
I guess physical evidence. I don't know, something like like what Mervala might have taught me.
Okay, in that case, roll your choice: investigation or medicine, and then depending on which one you roll, I'll describe it in different ways. With an 11, you discover evidence of what is now, after, because she explained that it's been a few days, bruising on like in his like abdomen area. It looks and it looks like it was a big splotch of a bruise that has slowly healed because he's been doing so much resting from being effectively sedated. And it looks like whatever happened to this kid, he took significant bludgeoning damage from like a big wide singular source, almost like someone walked up in front of him and hit him with a 2x4 like at full force, like all across his whole stomach area. And with an 11, that's all you get.
Okay. Can I like look at like Onyx or Calyx and kind of gesture for one of them to come over and I guess have them examine it, because I don't fight with a weapon or anything, so maybe they can determine how big the thing was that hit him.
Sure. Onyx and Calyx, if you guys want, you can roll. Just roll intelligence checks to see if you can compare that wound pattern to any weapons that you guys have had experience with.
Nobody's rolled good today. This is shit, guys. Raji's had one good roll.
did pretty good.
With a 5, you got nothing. You're like, I don't know, a 2x4.
Okay, well.
And then if I don't know if Calyx
Calyx is
wants to
gonna
roll, he might. He doesn't
Calyx,
have
do you
to.
want to roll?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was fixing my computer.
Just an
Can you guys hear me?
Just an intelligence check.
Calyx.
Okay.
Oh,
Here we go.
You're squishy.
Calyx?
The anticipation, it's building.
I know how to do it. Give me a second.
Okay.
Even more cool with a 3.
Guys, we might have to save this battle for another
Guys,
time.
with
Like, I
a
don't think we
3,
should do this.
you don't know,
We're
maybe
getting
like
all the bad
you don't know,
rolls
maybe
out
like a
now.
2x4.
Okay, you
I
both
stayed home
were
for this?
useless to me.
So yeah,
So I can't like find any other wounds or anything. That's it. That's all I get.
with an 11, that's all you found with an 11.
Oh god. Okay.
Guys, I think we should just go take this thing on.
Without any other information, like this kid
We're-
apparently.
We're not getting any other information. It seems they don't want to wake him up, which is understandable. So
You don't got any like spells that
And
can
I don't
connect
really
our
want to put him through
brains?
that torture either.
Yeah, does anyone
It
have
sounds like-
I don't think so.
who has like read mind or something?
Oh yeah,
Um,
I definitely do.
I got mind
Nope.
sliver.
I also have mind sliver.
Yeah, don't cast that at him. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do
Please
that.
don't.
He will die.
You will die.
My only other suggestion was to.
Yeah, I don't think we really have much option here. I mean, the only other option really is talking to the foreman, but I doubt he has any information based off of what everybody else was saying.
Yeah, I think.
Imagine thinking
I
the
think-
union boss knows what he's doing. Good joke.
I think this is
It
a
also
maze runner
sounds like we'll
situation.
be
We're not going to
miserable
know
if
until
we
we see it
talk to him.
ourselves.
Kill
Yeah, I guess-
first, ask questions later.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go.
Yeah, no, yeah, you guys can
Bubboard,
just go
it
into the
sounds
woods.
like a bubboard. It sounds like whatever this thing is has the
Oh.
ability to cast something similar to like fear, but not in a concentration form. Like a genuine, like if you fail to save, like you take some serious psychic damage.
One might say a primal fear.
Ah,
Was that not a moment? I was just saying. I don't think that's a D&D thing.
I have no idea.
Well, I thought you were
Well-
referencing frightful presence, like you thought it was a dragon or something, so I giggled. but-
Oh, it could be that, but I definitely don't think it's that.
We should go to
Because the
one
dragon
of
wouldn't leave any survivors.
You're not
that
wrong.
was the most recent of disappearances.
You know the rough general area of where the most recent, because you have that little child's map, so you know where that is. You could head there.
Let's go.
So I guess we're all in agreement.
I mean, I don't think we have much other options, so that sounds.
Sai is very,
Fine to
very
me at this
unhappy
point.
with the lack of information they
We'll
have.
be essentially going in blind, but we know that it's something absolutely terrifying, at least.
Yeah. I don't normally do this, but I will specify this. Is there anything else you want to ask the apothecary in terms of like if she has any supplies that you
I
could
guess.
trade? Information. You could also. She also is a doctor, and she might have done a better investigate. Do you want to ask about wound patterns? Like
yeah,
she is there and willing to answer
important.
questions. Not to tell you how to play the game.
No, I'm
Could you-
sorry. This dog is
what-
going absolutely ballistic, so I'm like half here right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Doc.
I'll send
what
the video after.
Yeah.
Could you discern anything from his injuries?
No, totally ballistic.
Yeah.
Like what might have?
And she'll say, well, when he first arrived here, he was bruised all over, like he had been bludgeoned significantly, but it wasn't just a bludgeon. It was on both sides of like his abdomen, almost like he had been crushed. But there was no piercing. It wasn't like he was bitten by a bear. It was almost like he was placed in a vice. I don't know how he managed to not have internal injuries. His organs weren't ruptured. He got lucky, I suppose. But that was the strangest thing. That has slowly healed over time at a normal rate, so I don't think it was any kind of poison or anything like that would be causing the internal bleeding to look like bruising. I think it was physical trauma. I can't say I've ever seen it before.
Huh. Like something coiled around him or just held him from the sides?
No. It wasn't uniform, so I don't think it was coiling. It looks almost like even, like it was from either side, like a pincer, but a flat pincer. So I think whatever it was, it appears almost like a crush injury, as though like I've seen it before, like when lumber falls onto someone from the stack and they get pinned between a log and another log, kind of like that.
Huh. Okay.
Though I'm certain logs didn't cause this.
Can I recall like any like thing that I know that sounds similar?
Are you trying to do like a monster knowledge check?
Yeah.
Roll
Sorry.
survival.
Okay.
Wow! For once!
Ooh. With a 15, you are aware of stories of like different kinds of monsters and monstrosities that are not like, she said it wasn't coiling, so it's probably not like a serpentine monster, but you do know that there are things like golems that are like large stone people that can crush you between like their giant stone hands. You've heard stories of giants who could probably do the same. You also know of different kinds of monsters that can use projectile weapons, like throwing boulders, that you think that if he was maybe like hiding by a tree and got hit with a boulder and it like pinned him against the tree, that might do it. Those are all possibilities. With a 15 though, you also think like it would be extremely unlikely for those things to be in this section of the Empire, in this forest, and never having been seen before. Like that, those aren't common or even really ever heard of in this area of the continent. The closest thing you could think of to stuff like that would be a troll. And you know for a fact that trolls slash, like they have claws, and when they attack you, they slash. So for it to be almost completely bludgeoning based is inconsistent with that as well.
Okay. Do you know anything more about this forest? I guess since we're new here.
No,
I don't know.
I was only recently brought here to work at this camp when it was started a few months ago. All I know is that for this region is what I've learned recently. I spent most of my time learning over in the, ironically enough, in the woods by Kingspear on the other end of the empire.
Okay.
Still a forest, but different in a lot of ways.
Right.
Has anybody
Thank you.
seen any tracks for this monster?
Oh yeah, that's
So
a
we
good
could
question.
possibly track it to a better spot? Or have an easier chance of finding it?
No tracks, but one or two of the men had mentioned seeing trees that were toppled that they didn't cut down, so that they had been seemingly uprooted or knocked over, but that wasn't on the schedule, so they know they didn't do it. We figured maybe a storm or natural causes, but it was usually associated with some kind of drag mark, but like not footprints, just like a trudging of the soil being dragged in a direction nothing we've seen before.
Okay. Do you know what section that's in? Would we be able to point us that direction?
That was also in the section where almost no one ever came back from. You would see it the
Onward and
closer
upwards.
you would see it the closer you got, like the deeper you got in the woods, until you went in deep enough that you didn't come back.
All right. Now we know where to go.
Okay. Is there anything else we might need to know before we go? Sai asked, hopefully.
Yeah. Medically, not much I can tell you, but I will tell you this. Just because there is a monster in the woods does not mean it's the only monster in the woods. Be careful. I have had men come back with slashes from crag cats, men who ran from owlbears. That forest is not empty. Do not get so singularly focused on your target that you end up fighting something you didn't prepare for because you thought it wasn't as dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
The forest is an ecosystem. Things are born and die every day in a cycle. Try to avoid becoming part of it, for your sake and ours.
We will do our best.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll a persuasion check, just from like the vibe of the conversation.
Okay.
Who?
Oh god.
Sai, because she's been doing most of the talking. Yeah. Oh, with an 8, that 18's pretty. It's one of the highest things you've rolled all night. So I'll give it to you. But she'll go, and she kind of like wrings her hands, and she appears kind of like deep in thought, and then she'll walk over to a cabinet and she'll go, I shouldn't, because it's for emergencies, but what is the potential end of our entire camp and everyone in it, if not functionally an emergency? And she'll open a cabinet, and then she'll pull out like a wooden box that's locked, and she'll reach into her like neckline, and she'll pull out a little locket that you open it, and there's like it turns into like a little key, and she turns it, and the box, which seemingly doesn't have a seam, it was just a box with a lock on it, it looked like one solid carved piece of wood. You watch as roots start to grow out of like the lock, and they seem to like knit through what was this like could be a seam, and the roots kind of pry the block of wood in half, almost like growing a chest basically, as opposed to carving one or crafting one. And inside there are 2 glass bottles. One appears to be a glass bottle with like a dark, murky, blackish gray liquid, almost kind of leaning towards brown, and the other one has a very dark, like scarlet red liquid. And she'll go, these are a gift from an old friend of mine for absolute emergencies. But if you promise that you're gonna go in the woods and save us and fix everything, I think that's emergency, and helping your success is emergency enough. And then she'll like hold the box out to whoever wants to like take the little glass bottles.
Can I look at them?
What?
Can I investigate
What
them?
are they?
Well, Addie, roll first, just because you might know it before she asks, because you said first.
Investigation?
Or nature, whichever you want to do.
I
Ah,
believe in you.
Whichever gives you more.
I believe.
They're the same.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Wow, you suck.
Yeah.
You
Fuck.
still suck.
You know what one of them is only because for a druid the DC was 5. I want you to understand
Heck
that.
yeah.
So the one on the left, the kind of like murky black brown one, you recognize. Your mentor actually showed you how to make these. Like, it was one of the first things he showed you how to make. And it's a potion of bark skin.
Okay.
Whoa.
But the other one, you have no idea what it is.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
well-
relay that information.
Sai asks what.
What the other one
I'm
is?
just I'm really just gonna say that it's a thing of bark skin. I'm not gonna give the rest of the information.
Well, obviously. And then she'll go, oh, you've seen these before. Yes. It was a gift from a friend. It's good for not dying, typically. It doesn't last as long as the spell, but it helps. And she hands it to, I don't know who wants to take it.
Somebody take it.
Well,
I'll take it. It's
whoever's
fine.
taking
I'll
it,
take it.
add it to your inventory, because I'm not keeping track.
Addie's taking them.
You're taking both, or just the potion, or just the bark skin?
I'll take them both, I guess.
Okay.
What is it exactly? Sorry, I was just writing something down.
A potion
about
of a potion of bark skin. So whoever drinks the potion gets the effect of the bark skin spell for 1 minute.
What is the other one?
Oh, this is something I picked up in my travels. This is a more advanced method of healing. I usually use regular healing potions for minor axe wounds or crush injuries from the boys in the woods. This is for absolute emergencies. This is a potion of greater healing. There are very few things this can't cure. Not to be wasted on a paper cut.
Right. Are you?
So it's a potion
certain
of
you want
it's a potion of greater healing. So it's 4d4 plus 4 instead of 2d4 plus 2. And it is an action to use both of these potions.
Well, thank you for putting your faith in us enough to give us something this important.
Thank you for risking your life for all of us. Please come
Hopefully-
back.
Hopefully it works out.
I don't plan on that.
When we come back, I would like to speak with her.
Do you say that out loud, or you're just telling me that?
I'm telling you that.
Oh, yeah, that I figured. But again, the key word in that sentence is, you said when. I viewed as more of an if.
No, when.
I
Thank
view
you.
it as a win.
Sure.
Listen, God didn't say we were going to die. We just might
purposely
not
said
go back to
when.
this town.
Yeah.
I made it a point to say when.
Wen's doing a lot of carrying. Does
All
everyone leave the apothecary's house shed, basically?
Yes.
Into
Yes.
the woods.
Yeah.
Into the woods. Well,
Over the river
if
and
you are
through the woods.
if you are
and whatever
entering the
fuck
woods,
this is.
here the navigating the woods
Bless
is
you.
navigating
Thanks.
the woods is a pseudo dungeon. There is no map, but to successfully navigate the woods, you need to perform a series of skill checks. So what
Okay.
I need from you is I need you to designate one person who is going to do navigation. They will be rolling survival. They are in charge of progressing through the forest and preventing you all from getting lost and actually traveling correctly through the forest and not going in circles and wasting time. Someone who is not that person can only do that. Someone else needs to roll perception. This person is in charge of preventing you from being ambushed or noticing if you are getting lost, as well as any other things that you might see on your journey. And then anyone who is not those two people can take any action they feel to assist either of those two people. That action will happen over the course of the travel. So it'll be one long continuous action, whether you choose to use a spell,
Those are
an item, a
called
class ability, what have you.
I
I'm
would feel
assuming-
comfortable navigating if anybody else has a problem with that.
I don't mind if you
I
guys
would
straight up. I don't mind if you guys are like, I have a +4. Like you could just say whoever you
I
want.
think
Yeah, I have a +4.
I have a +4 to survival and to perception. So
I have a +4 to
to
survival, so I'm matched with you there.
I only have
suck
a
at all of
+1,
them.
but my one question was I can't use the Orb of Torn Skies to do any perception stuff, right? It's only for initiative rolls.
That is for initiative roll, yes. So
Okay.
if you were to get attacked, it would activate inherently.
Yep.
So, does anybody
Okay,
have higher than a
sounding like
+4 on either
Cole-
survival or perception? Because if not, then I think Cole will do the.
Well, I only have 2 on
Survival.
perception, so if you got better in perception, you take
No,
perception.
I have a
I'll
4.
take
I have a 4 on perception. That's why I'm asking if anybody has anything better than that.
Does anybody beat a 4 for survival or a 4 for perception? How about that? Because I don't.
Let
No,
me
but
check
I
that.
have
Going once,
but I
going
have
twice.
3s for all of that stuff, so I can do the assisting act.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be good at assisting.
What about Calix? Is he alive?
I believe he's fighting
I'm
a
alive.
dog.
Just
Yeah.
made it back.
Oh.
Heard most of the conversation. I'm checking
Do
my.
you
What
have
do you
more
what do
than
you
a
have for survival and
+4 survival or
perception?
perception?
I just said I have a 4 for survival and a 4 for perception.
Cool.
You
So
can
it's
have
the
So
same.
both.
then,
It
I'm
looks
just
like you
gonna
got
say.
plenty of choices.
I'll do the perception. It's fine.
I'll do survival.
And
And
then you all
And
can
the
talk
other
amongst
check
yourselves
is
on
just
the
whatever.
Oh, no, the
Well,
other check.
it has to be 3 different
There's some
people. It
type of-
can't
Yeah.
be.
So anyone who,
assistance.
whoever is not doing the perception or survival, so 2 of you are occupied. The other 4, if they want to, if they have abilities they feel would assist those people, they can use spells, abilities, items, etc. to, I'm going to just say
Whenever we
mechanically,
want.
it makes it easier to not fail, is what I will say. It'll lower the
Okay.
DC of the check. But there is no, like, this will take place over the course of, like, multiple hours. So it'd be like, oh, I'm using this ability for being a sorcerer at level 2. It does XYZ thing. Or I have this part of my background that says I can't get lost in the woods. Or whatever you have, you would say, I'm using that to assist them over the course of this section of the forest. And then I add that all together, and then I have you roll.
Okay,
All right,
let's go.
I'll do navigation.
Oh.
Sounds like Addie's on
Watch
perception
Addie's
and everybody else.
Then
assisting.
as you travel towards the edge of the logging camp and the forest comes into view, you look at the beginning of a deep, dark forest. Thick trees.
It looks pretty bright.
Shut up. Thick trees overgrown
bring it
with
loggers.
moss and different species of lichen and other symbiotic creatures, elements of water, root rot, a whole cycle of life and death, mushrooms and whatnot, lay out before you. The forest seems to expand infinitely, and you can see no end to it. We know that Ataraxia will be doing perception, and that I believe you said it was Cole will be doing survival.
Yes.
Yep.
Is anyone doing anything to attempt to assist either of them in this first leg of the journey?
Anybody got guidance?
Like a spell or something.
It can be a spell, it could be a class ability, it can be an item that you have, magic item, something like that. Or you could simply say, we put our trust in them. It does. You don't have to do anything. It's just if you have something available.
Man, I just hope they don't lead us wrong.
Yeah, I put my trust in them.
Okay. If no one is doing anything then I need, first things first, I need whoever is guiding the party to roll our survival check.
Oh, hang on, my mouse just came. There we go.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then I need a perception check from our party's druid.
Okay.
Don't fuck it
I
up.
believe in you.
Yes!
Nice.
You are both so at home in this forest for
Literally.
different reasons. But as a druid,
No, literally.
Cole as an outlander, you've spent many a night in the woods. You were never too into sitting in one city for too long. You're always on your search, always going to different places, cutting through forests to cut days off your travel to get to the next location you're trying to get at. Same with you, Addie. Always moving, always learning. You think to stories of your mentor who taught you the druidic arts, and you just become so comfortable in this location. You effortlessly navigate the first section of that map that was drawn for you, and in half the time that you thought. In maybe 30 minutes, you are already completely through that easy section of the woods that they drew out for you, where you were only worrying about typical forest creatures, and you effortlessly navigate it. And you come across a section of the forest where light seems to become more scarce as the trees get thicker and thicker. A depth in the woods where much logging has clearly not occurred either now or before, as the trees look centuries old in this ancient forest in the Empire. In this second leg of the race, I now need another survival check and another perception check.
Is anybody doing anything to help?
From the same people?
Oh.
Well, it can
I
be
don't think
it can be different people, but I assume the same people.
Yeah, I'd say we keep it.
Send it.
Nice.
Damn!
Hi.
Dude,
I don't think we need
somehow-
anything else.
I'm just waiting for them to do
Nat ones in the
that
next one.
ones are the worst possible time.
Somehow, it's even easier to get through this dark, decrepit, ancient forest. Your party, the party watches as these two seem to lock in. They have a laser focus in their eyes. They don't make a sound. They don't talk. They don't gesture. They simply know where they need to go and how to get there. They never so much as step on a twig. They never so much as knock an acorn off a tree. You are moving fast and you are moving silent. And you have blitzed this entire forest. And any encounter I might have rolled for it easily. And you quickly find yourself in a dark section of forest. And you begin to see the evidence that was spoken to you earlier. Trees that have seemingly been toppled over, and these long, suspicious drag marks.
Can we investigate the marks?
Absolutely, survival to investigate the drag marks.
Oh god. Because I said it, I have to do it, right?
Yes.
Don't fuck it up.
70, you guys are on a roll.
Not bad, not bad.
You
Don't say that, dude. Why'd you say that?
Oh, because I'm a stinker. You guys see these drag marks, and so you immediately watch as Sai crouches to the ground, and she immediately begins to investigate these marks. With a 17, you are able to see evidence of an immense amount of weight in a singular location, and that is and it's causing the earth to part just by the the earth is soft and mossy, and it's the sheer amount of weight in that singular point that as it moves forward, it's not rising by itself, like it's on limbs, it's just existing, and its weight is distributing its weight, and it's pushing the dirt to either side. And so as it moves, it's not so much that it's dragging, it's that it's displacing. And it is causing these long trenches. And with a 17, you can see evidence of little bits of blood in the edges of the dirt that's being displaced, implying that while it might not have been intentionally moving the dirt, this drag mark, it might have been dragging something bloody behind it. Something or someone.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is the nature of the ground we're standing on? Is it like soft soil? Is this like a rocky-ish area, or is this like a swampish area?
It is deep woods, so it is very mossy in places, but though that mossy dirt, like after a foot or two, like it gets very rooty and very rocky. So it is like you could feel your feet squishing.
It's like solid
yeah.
ground now.
Yeah, it's like it's solid it's like it is definitely different than the swamp that you had to traverse, which was very mucky.
Correct.
It is the soil is very loomy. You honestly think that like with your just ambient intelligence, if you could remove all these trees, this would be perfect farmland. Like this soil looks like pristine topsoil. If you could get all the rocks and stuff out and get all the trees out of the way, it could be very good farming soil. It's very
like my
lofty
picnic
and very
area.
loomy.
I don't think Ophis wants to remember that picnic
Yeah.
area.
Exactly. Ignoring that is what the soil looks like.
Okay. Can we go in the direction, or what? Can I roll to know what direction we should head in to try to find this beast?
Oh, you with
There's
with,
no other.
yeah with a 21,
we
you
just-
already know. I stopped you here because this is like you found it. Like with a 20
okay.
Well, I was
perception, you
gonna
found
ask-
this. Yeah.
If I recognize like the tracks at all, or like, is there like fur or?
This is not from a creature you've ever seen before. You are
God.
100% confident you have never heard a description nor seen any creature that would make this track.
Are aggressive.
I think we should proceed with caution, perhaps stealth at this point.
Well,
If you would like to proceed, this is the last leg of the journey. You are almost there. If you would like to proceed stealthily, we're going to do a group stealth check There are 6 of you. So long as 3 or more of you succeed, you will be stealth, even if some of you fail. And then those stealth checks will happen separate to your survival and your perception checks. So do your stealth checks first, if you are stealthing, and then we will do our survival and perception.
Holy shit! I beat Cole?
Oh, you need to
Okay.
roll. You have heavy armor. You roll with disadvantage. So roll again. Take the lowest.
Hey! I still beat Cole!
So that is
Tell me I'm gonna be the
Fail.
only one that
Ataraxia
passed.
has failed. Psy critical failed. Onyx succeeded.
somehow.
And then 2 10s, which is right in the middle. Okay. You do not know if you are stealth. Those are the numbers. And then now I need your survival and your perception.
Okay. Survival
And-
first.
Ooh, another beautiful survival check.
Oh my god.
And
Ka-chow.
another 21.
Ow!
There's no way.
You guys have, in the course of like 45 minutes, gone like 10 miles into this wood with no
We are
issue.
so-
You've bypassed every snag. No one has so much as a burr in their clothing. It has been that expertly navigated by the 2 people leading the party. No monsters even get within your vicinity. They don't even know you're there. And you
Well, we got to get in that.
eventually you come upon about 100 yards in front of you. You could see a point where the trees have been knocked down to an increased degree, and those drag marks appear more frequent. And about 100 yards in front of you, you see what appears to be a clearing of some kind. Artificial, rectangular in nature, definitely unnatural. And in that clearing, you see this deep, deep pit. So deep, in fact, that at your angle from where you're standing, you can only see the back of the pit. You can't even comprehend how deep it goes without getting closer. In that moment, however, as you are walking, 2 things happen. 3 things happen. Onyx and Sai.
Yep.
Both of you
Shit.
feel an immense magic from your soul weapons. They start actively vibrating in your hand, pulling you towards the clearing that you see in front of you. Do either of you do anything?
I'm gonna stand my ground.
Yeah. Can I like attune to my weapon?
Yeah, you attempt to like to focus
Yeah,
on
I
it. Interfere.
attempt to focus on it and communicate with it.
When you attempt to extend your consciousness into it, you don't see anything and you don't really feel it, but in the back of your mind you hear an echo of the voice of that silhouette that you spoke to when you first attuned to this weapon, the one that appeared to be a shadow tiefling, that appeared to be some kind of mirror of yourself. That voice, that almost serpentine draconic voice that leaked out of its lips. And in the back of your head you hear, destroy, exterminate, scour. And it is an intense hatred directed at the clearing in front of you.
Sai vomits.
Do you all see Sai vomit?
I assume Sai had a 1. I
That
assume we
can't
all
be
see
good.
Sai vomit.
Kind of assumed we just saw it.
Yeah, you all see it. What do you do? Like, does anyone care?
Yeah, are you okay?
It's in
You
there.
don't think it's-
Kalis is just gonna.
It's in
mute
there.
Sai, like, are you? What's in there?
I think this is what we're supposed to. Whatever it is, my soul weapon really hates it, and I.
You think this is them from up there?
I can't tell you, but that is the feeling that.
As Onyx is trying to stand his ground, does he feel anything from his weapon as well?
I mean, you feel it
Like, he's-
vibrating. Do you attempt to commune with it, or because you just said you're standing your ground? You didn't say you were attempting to do anything. So you're just holding
you
your
said
sword.
It was pulling us. You said it was pulling us towards.
Yeah, there's like an ambient force of like it is
Like
drawing you forward.
And Sai will say
Like,
like it
Okay.
like I attempted to
I think I
communicate with my weapon.
misunderstood that.
It
I think I misunderstood because I thought you meant like it was like a magnet, like
No.
literally yanking
It's like
'Cause
it's pseudo. It's like
That's why I said I
it's like
stand
an
my ground.
influence. It's like it wants to go forward it feels like it forward. It is mentally manifested
okay.
the
I'm
feeling of
assuming,
go
like-
forward.
Okay, so sorry,
It's calling
I
you.
absolutely misunderstood
Yeah.
you. Yes, I would absolutely in that case try to be focusing toward the pommel of the weapon, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, when you focus towards the pommel weapon, it's very different. Your eyes, like, I guess technically, people aren't really paying attention, but I'll say, what's everyone's passive perception?
Mine is
Technically,
11.
technically only Ataraxia would see this. I'm going to say only because she has the highest passive perception in the
Whoop
party.
whoop.
You see Onyx's eyes, like, coat over, like, they start to bleed, but it doesn't run down his face. It almost like it fills the sclera of his eyes with blood, and it almost forms like a lens as he's like sitting there holding his sword. And then Onyx, from your perspective, you feel like all the capillaries in your eyes burst and blood starts to overtake your vision, but it doesn't obscure it. It coats your entire vision, your like tiefling dark vision, in red, like you're looking through red stained glass. And in the depths of that rectangular area you just see like these black spots, like something is shielding your vision. And from the pommel you hear not an echo, an actual voice, but not one you've heard before, more masculine than the people you've ever, let's say, interacted with your contracts. Neither of them. It's a different, more male voice. I mean, technically speaking, gender is yada yada with devils, but it's masculine in nature. And you just hear, kill, murder, purge, and it's just like, and you get this feeling of violence directed at the clearing.
I'm going to assume that because we're both attuned to the weapons, that like we feel the inexplicable urge also. Like we want to kill whatever's in there.
You feel the weapons' feelings. They are not your feelings.
Okay.
So like you are aware that
grin.
what they feel, it does not influence. You do not need to make a save. You're not influenced in any way. You could walk away if you wanted. But that is the feeling of the weapons. The third, while those two things happen, the third thing, by the way, Sai, after you throw up, you feel an intense pressure on your leg as the 6-year-old girl who you took with you and didn't leave at camp tightens her grip around your leg and is shaking violently, and she won't take her eyes off of the clearing.
Like she sees something.
You don't. It's hard to say. You don't see anything, but she is like borderline cerebral palsy, violently seizing. Like it looks almost like a problem, if not the fact that she's not in pain. She doesn't appear to be in pain. She has completely paled over and she's sweating.
I completely forgot about the child. I'm not gonna lie.
I noticed that.
Yikes.
Guys, here's what's gonna happen. Onyx,
She like Sai will hold the
the-
child.
Onyx,
She holds you
feeling the feelings of the weapon, the voice, gets a grin on his face. He's gonna say, "Let's fucking do this," and he's gonna charge forward. He's not sure exactly at what yet, but he's ready to fight.
Charging or
Sai like screams his name.
Does he stop?
Well, he's not running into the pit.
Well, no, you're like 300.
Literally
You're
made
100
it
yards
sound
away.
like that was what was happening.
You're 100 yards away from the entrance to the clearing. That is the radius in which your weapons are like, yo.
Right, but
Just to let you know.
In the middle of it.
No, I'm saying you feel it in the. It gave you like a sense when you attuned to the weapons. It gave you like like that red blood vision. Imagine it like zoomed in. Like it gave you a sense of location, and its hatred is centered in that pit. But you're like 100 yards from the pit. You're like 300 feet away. So are you jumping? Are you sprinting 300 feet and jumping in a hole, or are you waiting for your party because you're going and they're not? They didn't say they were going. Are you splitting up? Because you're still technically stealthing. So I need to know what we're all doing here.
Guys, we're going forward.
I am
Sai
not
grabs
full
it.
sprinting into that fucking hole.
Sai
I
grabs
will
it.
watch. I will watch the people that are not squishy run towards it.
I am gonna
What he
stay
said.
with the squishy people and kind of keep everybody together in the back. But we're gonna follow slowly and
What are
steadily
we doing
and
with
carefully.
the little girl? We can't just bring her into this.
You brought her.
You already have.
I didn't realize
There
we
is
could
no
leave her
we.
behind.
We've made it clear that
I also
we
feel
were
like
not in
she
this.
wouldn't
You
have
are in
let-
charge of this responsibility.
You wouldn't have left.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Do we have any?
The party.
We're gonna
Oh
follow
no,
Onyx
if
at
it
a
isn't the
distance, we're leaving.
consequences of my own actions. I brought this
Oh my
child on the
God.
death mission and didn't leave her with the doctor, who I
I'm
reminded you to
sorry.
ask questions, and then you didn't ask her to watch the kid.
I was dealing with a dog. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
I
Well,
forgot the child
so-
existed.
They always
I'd
do.
like to follow Onyx at a distance.
There's only 2 people that should know about the child's
In
well-being.
that case, what I will say is I am going to need a marching order from the party.
Sai will stay at the back with the girl.
Okay.
Obviously,
I'll be, like,
Onyx is
middle
leading.
back.
And here's what
I will
I'll
go
do.
right in front of
Just to make
Sai.
it easier for you guys, here's what we'll do. This is what
Perfect.
you see before you. You
So
are
that's what flower looks like.
yes. You are technically. Notice how I had the token on here already. I knew you'd forget. So I will say you are technically not on this map. So I'm going to put you in like the void space underneath the map. You said Sai in the back, so she will
Yep.
be here. And then Calyx, you
With
said
the
you're in
girl.
the front.
No,
I
Onyx is in the front.
Onyx is the front.
Onyx
Sorry, Onyx is the front. Okay.
Onyx is the one that's literally initiating this.
Okay. And then there are 4 others and a child. Where are they standing?
Brontes will go right in front of Sai.
In front of Sai.
Well, the child is going
I'll
to
be
be
in front of
with
Brontes.
Sai.
Is next to Sai. She will be in front of Brontes. And
Cole,
Calyx,
do you
are
want to
you
be
going in
behind me or
between me and
behind your
Onyx?
brother?
So
Wait,
Cal, you
we
said you
talked at
wanted
the
to
same
protect
time, Cole,
squishy
I'm
people.
sorry.
Are you where are you going?
you don't need to be in
Oh,
you
I-
don't need to be in a line, by the way. I'm just saying. Like I just need to know the order.
When we're done
Yeah,
with this,
I was
can Sai
asking
also
Cole if you.
ask
I was asking
the
Cole.
girl questions.
Cole, do you want to be behind me or behind your brother?
I can shoot a little further back if you want to get up there and be a little meat shield. I wouldn't mind.
Okay, Onyx. I think we should walk 2 in front then,
This?
and then everybody else behind.
So like this.
Double stack back
For me.
Why can I not move?
with Sai and Flower in the way back, probably next to Brontes. So Cole and Ataraxia. Cole behind Onyx, Ataraxia behind me, and then Brontes and Sai in the back.
So in
Anybody
that
have any
case,
problems?
like this. And then the flowers here.
Yeah.
This is acceptable to everybody.
I can't see Ataraxia's name or health
Yeah.
bar, but I agree.
You don't need to. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah, Ataraxia is gone.
I'm directly
she next to
behind
Cole?
Calyx. I'm directly behind Calyx next to Cole. Yes.
I'm
Perfect.
I'm fixing.
That's weird. Okay.
Oh, it's because I had to change her token because she wanted an actual face. Save changes. Can you see her now?
Oh my god,
Yep.
she wanted
Okay.
your face.
I can see the name,
Excellent.
and the health bar is really optional.
Yeah. You don't need to know their health. She could tell you when
I
she's
cannot
dying. You'll
see
know.
anyone's.
That's
I
fine.
can see all the
We'll know
names
when
and
she
One
gets
stuff.
hit
gust of
once.
wind, Ataraxia is down.
Yeah. Well.
All right, let's start walking.
Okay. So
Well, I
okay.
was gonna.
Now remember, you are currently
Wait.
300. You are currently technically you are 300 feet away from this map. This is just for my visual, so I could know what's going. You are all now
I'm-
continuing forward. You can continue
Wait,
your
so I was
stealth.
trying to say something before
Oh,
we
sorry.
took off.
I
I'm sorry.
wanted to ask, like, the little girl.
You can
if
ask.
she
Oh, you
saw
can ask
it.
Flower.
Yeah.
And what do you ask? Like, what specifically do you ask her?
Like, what she, like, if she's okay, and then if she's seeing anything, because it looked like she was.
She won't say anything. She just
Mhm.
keeps pointing at the pit, like with a shaky finger.
If. I guess if you're not comfortable walking further, I can stay back with you.
She you notice that she walks like with you, but she won't leave your side, and she won't
Mhm.
speak.
Like, not even, like, to nod at me.
I mean, she'll not. I'm saying she won't verbalize. So she's lost the ability. She's scared to the point she's lost the ability to verbalize. Because you remember when
Yeah.
you first met her, she had difficulty verbalizing, and
Yeah.
she has, and you kind of made a little bit of headway, and she has in this moment of fear has reverted, and now she will gesture, but she has lost the ability to verbalize.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll protect you. I'll keep an eye on you, okay? If you don't want to walk forward, I will stay back with you.
I'm just gonna kind of glare back at Sai, like in
I
kind of
told
trying
you
to give her a
so.
glance to remember our
To be
previous
fair-
conversation.
I will say this again. None of us remembered the child existed.
I did.
This
Sai, I'm
Yeah,
not
but you're
talking about
innocent.
that conversation.
We're talking about the one where you're taking responsibility. 'cause
No,
we
I'm not. You shut. Sai, I'm giving you the knowing glance from a different conversation from last session.
I thought you were glaring at me for just
Oh,
like
right.
general.
Different.
Okay.
Onyx is just a glarer, you know. And then, Calyx,
I
was there
gotcha.
something you wanted to ask as well?
I have
or-
resting bitch face.
Yeah, well,
Well, sorry. Okay, continue. Finish what
Yeah.
you were saying.
Calyx?
Me?
Onyx.
I was just saying I'm giving you a knowing glance, like,
Okay.
be careful.
And Side like catches it and nods.
Okay, so is the party advancing, continuing their stealth? Are they charging? Are they screaming a battle cry? What are they doing? Describe to me how you
Flower
approach this
still
clearing.
hasn't said nodded yes or no if she wanted to keep going. So.
No,
She's not leaving your side.
She's not leaving
I
your side.
think
If
that
you go
counts as
forward, she will
yes.
go forward. She's not leaving your side.
Okay.
You get the feeling that if you were going to attempt to tell her to like hide behind a tree by yourself, it'd be very difficult to do so.
Okay.
You could try, but it would be difficult to do so. She is like glued to your hip.
I figured that's how that would be.
I think we charge forward, screw stealth.
I don't think we should charge.
I mean,
I absolutely
also
do not think we should.
think charging is a good idea.
As someone who's quite literally dreamed about this creature since
I think it knows
a
we're here.
while.
Well, we don't know if it's that creature.
Whatever it is, it probably knows we're here considering it killed everything else. Let's go forward.
Well, standing here ain't gonna help.
So let's move forward carefully, and I'm gonna ready a defense.
Let's move. Yes, please. Let's do that.
Okay, Calyx, you're readying a defensive action.
Yes.
So are you readying a dodge action for yourself, or are you going to ready a defensive action for someone within 5 feet? So like Onyx
For the
or...
people behind me, like Ataraxia or Cole, if something were to attack them,
You're going to attempt to
try
intercept. Okay.
How do I ready an action?
Well, for you, for your spells, you'd say that you're preparing a spell. After one round, if the spell's conditions are not met, the spell fades and you lose the spell slot. So you could ready like a chromatic orb for if you see something, but if you don't see something within one turn, the spell fades and you lose the slot.
Okay, I can't do that with a cantrip though.
You could ready a chance. You could be like, I ready a shocking grasp if something appears within 5 feet. It's just it doesn't have a lot of range.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. That granted, you have other. I'm just saying that's the first cantrip at the top of my head. You have other cantrips with range. I'm just saying that is how you would declare it.
Let's go forward.
I can't move my
No.
I know that you're not casting it. Yeah.
Onward.
Let's just go.
Onward.
Okay. In that case, you continue your stealthy approach as you walk forward towards the clearing. You listen and you notice as you get closer and closer to the clearing that the sound of birds chirping, bugs chittering, cicadas in the distance, as you get closer to the clearing, it all fades away. It is eerily silent. And then as you come across the mouth of this unnatural rectangular section of forest and you get closer, the two people who I described earlier, their soul weapons, you feel that call elevate to one of action, one of almost demand. Not mind control, it is not influencing your actions, but it is, they are being very clear about their intentions and what they want to see done for whatever reason. You make it closer, to 300 feet, 200 feet, 100 feet, the edge of the clearing. And as you get to the edge of the clearing, you look out into this section that you see before you. And I will say, you guys just break the tree line and enter into the clearing. What does everyone do?
It's still noon, so it's bright out. We don't have to worry about darkness or
It is
anything
at
like
this
that.
point, you went so through the forest, it has only been like an hour and a half. So it's like 1:30 because you rolled so well and you never got lost and you never got slowed down and you never had an encounter. It's like 1:30. You've got 6 to 7 hours of daylight left.
Well,
Okay.
Sai's gonna say my soul weapon really wants to fuck whatever is in there up, and that can only mean one thing. So
I'm just gonna grin and say, "Same."
I'd like to ready Thorn Whip if anything gets within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
Or actually, just kidding. No, I don't. Because I thought it did damage, and all it does is pull something closer, and I don't want to
Correct.
pull anything
It does
closer.
1d6 piercing, but it also pulls them closer to you.
I don't want to do that.
That's
I don't want to do that.
So I will say at this
I'm still
point,
writing my defense action.
at this point, you are in the clearing. You're at the mouth of the clearing. The map is now live. You can move your tokens if you choose to do so, or you can cast spells. You can do whatever.
I guess can I take our perception check at the clearing to see if there's anything in here, if I notice anything
Absolutely. Roll
sneaking
perception.
about?
You notice throughout this clearing, in different patches, like you could see these kind of trees that are sparingly put weirdly around this clearing. These trees seem to be very old, and they're covered in bramble and vines and thorny bushes. And on these thorny bushes and all along the ground, like where you're walking, you notice speckles of blood in like seemingly random, unrelated like patches, like splatters of different varying ages.
Does it appear as if the area around the trees had recently moved or become uprooted for whatever reason?
Nope. It just seems like there is blood all over this clearing. With your intelligence score, you can assume that where everyone was disappearing, whether they disappeared here or disappeared somewhere else and ended up here, the amount of blood you see, you are fairly confident this is at the very least where all those drag marks led back to, and more than likely the bodies ended up in this place at some point.
Okay. And do we notice anything odd about the pit? Like, is it like the color of mud? Is it the color of blood? Can we see anything from here?
From where you are at your angle, it's it's a dirt pit. It's not wet, but you can tell from where you're standing. Like you can only see like 6 or 7 feet down, and you could tell it's way deeper than that.
Okay.
Like it's such a steep drop that it's like trying to look over a cliff from 100 feet away. Like you need to, the closer you get, the deeper you can look into it, and you can just tell from the pitch of the angle that it's deep.
I say we continue forward.
Second that.
Okay. Does anybody feel like they want to change the marching order at all, or are we okay to like go like kind of towards the pit? I'd say we at most go towards. I'm gonna draw. Someone might have to erase this after if it doesn't work. I say we at most go to about this line here though, and just reconvene and get a better look at the situation.
Agreed. Go.
The only thing I feel right now is like I'm gonna throw up. So let's just.
Well,
let's just
Sai
go
already
forward.
did that, so.
Yeah,
would
it might
say
make
if
2
we're
of us
gonna
in a second. We gotta move.
If we're gonna go up that far, just scoot a little to the right, so that way if somebody needs to take cover behind
And Calyx, stop.
Yep.
Oh, go back. I saw that. And then Onyx, go back. You moved after I said stop. Brontes, go back. I said
I
stop.
had literally put it down as soon as you said
I thought we
it.
were all moving together.
No, well, you.
Yeah, we were moving together. We said.
The map is live. Your tokens move when you move. You move when your tokens move.
But then I was
Like-
moving when he said it.
I
literally-
said the map was live. I've done
I
this
should've
before
read it
in the
out.
dungeon when we first played. I told you that's how live maps work.
Yeah.
You need
he
to be
literally
on the
said
same page. This is a mission.
Okay.
What you see, Calyx, is horrible. Once you get 15 or 20 feet closer to the pit, a disgusting smell bombards your senses. The smell of rot, decay, and death, one that you've smelt far too many times, wafts over you, and you are repulsed at what you know the smell implies deeper into the pit. However, before you can move closer to identify the source of the smell, you are met with an even worse sight. You see, from the edge of the pit, a hand, like, slap the top of the grass and, like, dig their hand into, like, a matting of grass, and then another hand, and you see what appears to be what looks like one of the axemen, covered in blood, emaciated, pale, almost ensanguinated, and they are with wild eyes. They are desperately attempting to pull themselves out of this pit, and they see you, and with these like milky wild eyes, they just look at you and they're like, help us, and it is desperately attempting to pull itself out of this pit, and it is seemingly failing. It seemingly does not have the strength to do so. What do you do?
First thing first, I'm gonna. Oh, God. Knowing Calyx, he would move forward. Fortunately, and try to. Do I know as I take another 5 steps? Do I notice anything different? And I'm gonna say, "Are you okay? Are you hurt?"
You call out.
Is anybody else
Yeah.
moving? By the way,
Yeah.
as I'm calling out.
Does it?
Well,
Yeah. Does
can
anyone
I
else?
now?
Yeah, well, does anyone else want to move while he moves? This is like, think of this like a pseudo initiative. Right?
I
You
want
have
to move.
declare.
I want to move as close as I can to Calyx because that's what I was trying to do in the first
Okay.
place.
And I was
can-
gonna
you-
stay
okay.
I would
behind
try to
Onyx.
keep in formation.
Okay. Then you can move next to where Calyx is right now. You can move right now if you'd like to.
And I was gonna follow Onyx like maybe like 5 like back, like make an extra grid spot between
Okay.
us.
You can do so. And then is anyone else moving before I describe the next set of things?
I was gonna move just outside of the tree line, like here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess we'll.
Sign flower. Just keep. Can I yell? Keep flower back.
Yeah. Okay. As you said you call out and you're like, "Are you okay?"
Can't move flower, but that's okay.
The eyes of the woodsman, despite you calling to him and asking if he's okay, you notice that like he continues what he's doing and he doesn't seem to acknowledge your words. Whether he doesn't hear them or he doesn't understand them or he's too scared, he continues to kind of claw at the ground and he continues to call for help. And then you see next to him another set of hands, like right like in the square 5 feet to the left of him, basically, of what appears to be a different younger man, also dressed in that same like woodsman clothes, equally pale, equally frightened, also attempt to grab. And then you see he begins to say the same. He goes, "Please help us!" And they are both attempting to, and they're like grabbing at the ground and trying to pull themselves out.
I know you say they're like pale-eyed and emaciated, but do they look like undead to me?
They do not look like zombies. You have seen zombies before when you fought Risen. They do not look nearly as decomposed. They do not look nearly as rotted. They look like they are extremely pale, extremely gaunt, and despite being covered in blood, they appear like gaunt to the point of exsanguination. But it's hard to track whether that's their blood, whether that's someone else's blood. You know that several people have been missing. It could be someone else's blood. You don't know.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense to see if I could tell if they're undead or not.
You cast Divine Sense, and those
I get 4 a
those
day, so you know.
I know. And those motherfuckers are undead.
Oh God.
I am going to definitely relay that to the party. Like, guys, I don't know what that is, but it ain't alive. I can guarantee it.
Okay. So, and you say
That's
that, and
just
you say that out loud. You call out. You're like, "Those are fucking zombies. That's fake. They're not alive." You
I'm
call
gonna
that
say
out.
undead because since they don't appear as typical zombies, I'm gonna say they're undead.
Okay. You call that out that they're undead. Everyone mentally understands what that means. Calyx, you also know what it is. They continue this theatrical performance as they continue to claw at the grass. But once the words leave your lips and they kind of echo through this, as I previously discussed, extremely silent clearing, they continue, and then you see another set of hands and another set of hands. And then it seems like all the light around you guys seems to dim. Despite the fact that it's basically high noon, it's like 1 in the afternoon, the ambient light of this area seems to be dramatically reduced. And you watch as from the pit, this gargantuan limb begins to reach up out of nowhere. On this limb is half a dozen bodies of the woodsmen who have gone missing, and it slams into the ground in front of you. Then a second, and then a third, and then a fourth, each adorned with the corpses of the fallen. And you watch as it lumbers, it pulls itself out of this pit, and you watch as this 20, 30 foot tall, gigantic pile of corpses, some bone, some sinew, some fresh from the fallen woodsman. It is leaking black ichor. Tentacles emit from random points, seemingly swatting at things that are not there. Multiple mouths adorn this corpse, some biting the bodies of itself and drinking the blood that falls from the corpses. And it pulls itself off the side of this pit, and all of its eyes all focus on the 6 of you, 7 if you count the child you brought with you, maybe foolishly, as it looks at you, and all of you hear in your mind this disgusting, screeching, horrendous sound. This disgusting reverberation of an attempt at communication. None of you speak this language, but you
I was gonna ask
feel
if
the
I can
intent.
comprehend languages.
You can you can if you would like to.
Yeah.
Okay, you cast comprehend languages, and I'll say you do
With
it right.
my
You can with your ability, and I will say
Yeah.
as you do so, you catch the intent of these words, and it is a voice that you have heard before. You heard it in your nightmares when you first attuned to your orb. It is the same voice that comes from that creature that seemingly saw you, and it only says this. It says, "Next," and then it lunges at you. Everybody roll initiative.
I'd like to formally apologize to Sai for saying this thing couldn't be the thing from your nightmares.
Yeah, literally, you literally like, PTSD.
Like
yo,
we still have no,
that
I'm like
sucks.
we still have like some time until like the Star Scourge come. I'm sorry.
You can all see the
Ophis
token, right?
just
You can all see the
message
token.
us like
Yeah.
a few
Can I
days
have
ago
that
that he was
21
working
back?
on Star Scourge tokens?
I was.
No,
Yes, I did.
I missed
He
that.
very much
He
sent that
literally
in a
texted
message.
that. He very
After this giant, this amalgamation of death pulls itself out of the pit in front of you, that psychic scream it lets out. Sai, your spell lasts 10 minutes, I believe, right? It's not. It lasts a
think so.
while. So then
Yeah.
it emits another scream, this time out loud from its several gibbering mouths, and it simply points several tentacles and appendages in your general direction, like the six of you, not specifically you, yet. And it simply screams, "Kill them!" And you watch as all of the trees, vines, and twigs and briar bushes come to life.
Fucking knew it.
Oh. Thank God you can go in the tree.
I will now
Oh.
sort the initiative. Cool. And then I'm just gonna put on a little bit more fitting
I
music.
might have to agree with the if we go back.
What?
Having now come face to face with what apparently, or almost certainly, is the source of the several missing persons in the woods, they have not come face to face with a simple beast, a simple owlbear, a simple stray crag cat. They are instead met with the first tentacle, the first iota of the Star Scourge invasion that they were warned about days ago when they first began their adventure, far sooner than they ever anticipated, and far scarier than they could possibly imagine. Will they overcome this trial, or will 6 more bodies be added to the pile?